Every other Monday, Governor Green joins us in studio to talk about the issues affecting Hawaii. He joins us now with more. Aloha and good morning, Governor.
Aloha.
You're slated to travel to Washington, D.C. to meet with President Biden. What's your message to the president?
Thank you for your help. Keep helping. We're going to have a lot of housing needs for sure. We also have, of course, the debris cleanup. We've already got 6 months of 100% reimbursement. We'll probably need a little bit more in order to expedite that. So on behalf of Lahaina, on behalf of the recovery, just keep giving us resources, and we're so grateful for the FEMA support we have.
On October 8th, it was a soft opening to tourism on West Maui. We've seen about 4,000 arrivals a day. That's down about 1,000 from a year ago.
Yes.
When do you expect that to slowly ramp up to normal levels?
I'd say by Thanksgiving, we'll see it toward normal. Of course, we're going to make sure people stay in their housing or their hotels as needed, so there will be a constrained inventory of people, space to stay for tourists, but that's okay. You know, we're gradually healing, and I think the mayor has some announcements coming up on when the next phases of opening will actually occur, but it's not in the far future.
Moving back to Oahu, you had a gun buyback program that was held at 2 different locations, Kinahaole and then one Waianae, that was a pretty good success. About 500 guns were taken back. What do you take away from that?
It kicked butt. I'm so grateful to law enforcement. I'm grateful to our citizens. We bought back 494 guns. Many of them were semi-automatic weapons. There was one Uzi. We gave out gift cards so people could go buy food for their family. $200 gift cards for semi-automatic weapons, $100 for kind of handguns and ghost guns. We're going to keep doing this. So quarterly, we'll get guns off the street. And we did this in honor of Richiana, that beautiful girl that had a terrible tragedy where a stray bullet hit her in the head. So we need to protect our kids. We're going to do things that are creative. And it wasn't just the gun buyback. That was half of it. The other half is repaying physician and nurse practitioner and psychologist loans so that when they do behavioral health, like drug treatment, mental health care, we have more providers. So I'm trying a new approach, which is take some guns off the street, optional, get more health care to people, more safety.
A comprehensive approach. Are you surprised at all about the participation?
I was actually. I'll be completely honest. I didn't really promote it too much because I didn't know what people's temperament would be. Turned out people were like parked all the way to the highway. We'll do it again. We'll do it in other parts of the state. We just think it's the right thing to do. Also, people are going through tough times, and sometimes getting extra guns out of the household where teens might get a hold of them, or people who are despondent and having depression might tragically have a gun in hand when they think they might take action and hurt themselves. As a physician, I got to tell you that it's important to get that out of the household. So all these things are meant to help society just a little bit, give people a little bit of extra, support.
I saw some of the visuals with the clips on the guns, right? The safety ties. Where do those go now?
Those go to law enforcement, and then they probably all be destroyed, those guns. Look, society doesn't need that many guns. People will choose. They'll choose whether they want to hunt. They'll choose how they're going to protect themselves. But there were some pretty heinous weapons. I mean, there were like machine guns there, which we do not need in society. So we take them off the street. There has been some gun violence. I want to protect our citizens, but also I want to protect law enforcement, because as they deal with methamphetamine, people are a little out of control at times, and so you just never know when one semi-automatic weapon is going to open up on somebody. And we did see a couple of our law enforcement leaders lose their lives a couple of years ago. Those high-powered weapons do not need to be in society.
Another thing we're dealing with on Oahu is the defueling of Red Hill that began last Monday. It's been a week so far. The last update we got was that 19%, 19 million gallons of fuel had been defueled so far.
Yes.
How do you feel like this process is going?
Pretty happy about it so far. Actually, about 2 minutes ago, I got the newest update. We're now at 20.6%. That's 20.6% of all the fuel of the 104 million gallons has already come out in a week. If they can keep that pace up, it's going to go quite quickly. We're going to still kind of pray and hope that it goes as smoothly as it has. It may go a little slower as time goes by because it's being driven by gravity. We're using gravity to pull it so that it's safer. There's less mechanical issue that we would have to face. We just don't want any spills at all, not a drop if we can help it. But I want to thank Admiral Wade and all of his team, Department of Health, and frankly, the advocates who pushed us along to make sure that we protect our water. So you see what we're doing. We're trying to protect our water system, our aquifer, our people. There's a lot of work to be done, but society's moving in the right direction, and that will give us the capacity to help people when we have crises like on Maui.
Like you said, it is protecting the aquifer is the big deal here. Being that a lot of people are concerned about what had happened previously with these spills, there is a lot of oversight. There's the EPA on hand, the Department of Health is on hand, a bunch of lawmakers have been on hand. Are you comfortable with the amount of oversight here?
Yeah, I mean, it's so many people watching right now. In fact, I think they have 3 people deep when they're doing the defuel, because We don't want anything to get loose, not into the extra pipes. There's a lot of complexity there. So lots and lots of oversight, which is the way it should be for a project of this size. We're talking about essentially the largest fuel repository in the country. Of course, after we drain it, that's phase one, get it down to like a couple million, 60,000 gallons. Then we kind of scoop that, leaving only 4,000 gallons of sludge. And once that's gone, we shut down Red Hill for good, which is the commitment that I made both on behalf of the people and the activists and the environment. So this is all very good stuff. We will have to remediate some of the aquifer because there was fuel in there, but it has to be safe for us going forward. This is generational. That's how we will build housing, how we'll do it safely, how we'll have good public health considerations. Because if water is damaged or soiled, contaminated, you can't do anything. So all these things are big projects. We're just grateful they're going well so far.
Right down the road, and on a lighter note, is Aloha Stadium. It is football season, so I wanted to ask you about this. Congrats, by the way, on your Steelers' big victory over the Rams yesterday.
Yes.
What's the latest on the new Aloha Stadium Entertainment District?
So we're on target to have our RFP go out appropriately. That's with the Attorney General's office right now. I meet regularly with the Stadium Authority. And again, I'm grateful that everyone is kind of staying on message and on target, because with the fire, with other large challenges in Hawaii, sometimes these projects drift, and I don't want them to drift. I, of course, want us to be a vibrant stadium, team, city, state for sports, because that's another thing that people recover. You saw what happened at Lahaina Luna, right, with their game. That's a microcosm of this, but if you can have sport, if you can have some things to just take down the heat, sometimes it helps people heal too. And as you know, my Steelers, once they start winning Super Bowls again, we'll have to bring them here for exhibition games.
Yeah, that scene in Lahaina, extremely powerful with Lahaina Luna, right? The red tide from the west side and the singing of the alma mater, just an incredible thing that shows that what sports can do.
It is. It's a way to unite people. It doesn't have any political undertones. It just is really a time for people to gather, which is really what people need over in West Maui. So we will rebuild. We'll find a way over time to get housing. But in the meantime, it's just kind of a great sense of positivity and recovery when they come together. So I hope they just really win all their games and just, survive and succeed, because the people need something.
Wouldn't be surprised. The Luna's always a formidable foe.
Oh, they're pumped.
All right. Thank you so much, Governor Green. Best wishes on your trip to Washington, D.C. to meet with President Biden.
Thanks. I'll try to bring home money for us.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.